Oh, there we go. Well, I'm streaming. Alright, so I don't think anyone's watching this yet, but I also don't know how to get the chat on this screen. Let's see. Can I copy this and paste it in here? Yes, I can. Okay, so theoretically, the chat, yeah, there we go, chat's working. On here, I'm gonna just put that down here, maybe a little less big. Hey, Plushy. So basically, gonna be breaking a lot of computer stuff today, so I thought I would stream it. Let's see what we have going on here. I'm gonna explain everything just for the recording that's also gonna happen and go up at some point. So first off, I am in my pajamas. It's very important that you're in your pajamas whenever you're working on a computer. Otherwise, it's gonna be fucked. Second thing, I went to a junkyard, and for $20, I got a big gaming PC from the early 2000s, which is not this one. That's in my room. It's fucked. The motherboard doesn't work. It's not posting at all. I don't know if it's because of the CPU or because of the motherboard. Whatever it is, I think it's got like 16 gigs of RAM in it, but it's DDR2, which is like insane for the time. I think it's like the max that motherboard would probably support. Or it was 8 gigs. It was something crazy. 8 or 16 gigs. And then it had like a hard drive full of pornography. Point is, along with that, I also got 3 of these right here. So these are Dell Optiplex 920s or 930s or something like that. But as you can see by the sticker, maybe you can't see it, but it says Core i5 on all 3 of them. Actually, no, it says Core i5 on 2 of them. It says Core i3 on the other one. So they have 2000 and 3000 series CPUs in them. One of them is a 3000 series i7. It's a 3570, which is worth like $60. And again, I paid $20 for the whole lot of computers, so I already made my money back there. This one has a 2400, i5 2400 and i5 2300. I can't remember the naming schemes for the early 2000 series. But it was something like that. It's a 2000 series i5, and the other one's a 2000 series i3. So they're very good for video games. If you want to use a CPU, an old CPU for video games, i5 3570 is gonna work in pretty much any game right now, except for maybe PUBG because that's super CPU dependent. I have an i5 or an i7 6700K, and that struggles with it. So I'm not sure if it's CPU bound or GPU bound because I have a 1070 as well. But my point is, PUBG sucks for optimization. I love that game, but goddamn, it doesn't work. Anyway, I have this i5 one here. I have the i3 one here. The other i5 one with the good CPU is currently inside this case. This used to be my main gaming PC, where I had like all the water cooling and whatnot. I had I don't even remember what I had in it. I think it was a 6700K and a 980 Ti. Then I got that laptop, well, the one I'm streaming from right now, with pretty much the same specs. So yeah, I'm gonna be switching out the CPUs. Basically, the i5, the good i5, the motherboard on that, the top PCI slot is broken. There's 2 PCIe slots on it, and well, 2 full-size PCIe slots, 1 mini PCIe slot. The full-size PCIe slot isn't working on it, so I need to swap it out for one of these other motherboards, as long as one of these other motherboards are working. So I don't know if they're working for a fact yet, but I'm going to find out in just a second. So we're going to hook these up and and see. I don't know which one of these motherboards I'm going to use yet. It doesn't really matter which one I use, so I guess I'll use the i3 one. And I'll put the good i7 into it, because I think they're the same socket. Right? I think they're all supported. I think you can put a 3000 series. I need to look it up now. I'm going to find out. Because I actually don't know. Now that I think about it, will a 3000 series CPU work in a 2000 series motherboard? I don't remember the sockets. $11.55. So what socket is the... $3570? Is it $11.55 or $11.50? $11.55. Okay, so they'll work. Theoretically. They may not because of BIOS, but physically they'll work. Okay, so let's get to work. We're going to take this one apart, whatever, whichever one I'm taking apart. Probably should test the PCIe slots first before I do the motherboard swap, so I think I'll do that right now, and we'll go from there. So let's get to work. I'm going to put this one down. I'm going to grab this one. Is the i3, I believe. This is the i3. So let's grab a GPU. I'm going to grab a GPU, put it in here on the first slot, see if it works. First, I think I need to connect everything, though. Yeah, this doesn't have anything connected to it, so we'll do these. Let's see if we can get some shots of what's going on in these things. So this is what the inside looks like. If I line this up a little more. So you've got the CPU, RAM. You got a PCIe slot here and here. So they're spaced apart by 3 slots, which means you can do SLI or Crossfire. The reason I'm even concerned about that is because that gaming PC that I bought, the used one, came with that's a 4770, and inside that PC is another 4770. They were actually in Crossfire with a Crossfire bridge. So my plan is to rip this motherboard out, because this is only one space of height, so this isn't going to work for putting 2 graphics cards in. Even if you cut this off, this is half height, but even if you cut this off and shove them in, it wouldn't work because the power supply's in the way, and these power supplies are kind of a pain in the ass to get out because these bars. You know what? We can actually just try and take these out. I'm gonna take them out. Let's try and take it out. Fuck it. I'm gonna try and take it out. I'm gonna do oh, there we go. I'm gonna get everything hooked up, test it out. If this PCIe slot works, we're just gonna rip the power supply out and do it that way. I just realized that I can take the power supply out. The power supply wasn't coming out before, and I don't know why. It felt like it was screwed in on the other side. Oh, it wasn't screwed in. There's a tab here. There's a tab. There's a big-ass tab here stopping me from... Look at this. So I'm sitting here trying to pull this damn power supply out in the original computer that I took the motherboard out of. I am just trying my best. I'm like ripping it. It's getting caught on something it's pulling here because I can push this corner up and there's wiggle room. But there's something here and I'm like, okay, is there something in the back side? But the back of the case is riveted on, so I can't get it off unless I, drill it out, and I'm not drilling it out. And now I just noticed this little tab. You push this down, and it lets it off. So, fuck my life, I guess. Let's get back to work. All right. Well, let's we're gonna keep the power supply in for now because we need to hook up the everything. I don't think I need a hard drive in there for it to boot. These motherboards are kind of weird though. If you don't have the power button plugged in, like the actual power button from the front of the case, if it's not plugged in, this computer will not boot at all. It'll just cycle. It won't post. Nothing will happen. You have to have a power plug in there for it to actually work, which is the fucking dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. But it's a proprietary little office PC, so I guess I get it, but like not really. So we have power here. CPU fan is in. The heatsink on the i5s is bigger, so I'm gonna swap the heatsink out. I fucking hate proprietary PC so much. This is why. Like I'm used to building. I've never built a proprietary computer before. I had a Dell. What the hell was that thing called? Was it no, not an Inspiron. 540. A Dell. It was like a Dell Word 540. I don't know what the word was, but it was a tower PC. And that was the shit. That was the first computer I ever had. It had an i3 530 in it, or an i3 430 in it, and a GTX 9 or a 9800 GT that I put in there, and it was the shit. Yeah, it is real small. I like these half-size PCs. If you can get a half-size graphics card in one of these, I think they make GTX 950s in half-size. You could probably put something pretty decent in here and keep it. It's a good form factor, unless you want to put a graphics card in there. And then it sucks. But let's see, make sure everything's plugged in. These actually came with a shit ton of RAM too. They all came with, 2 of them came with 4 gigs and one of them came with 8 gigs of DDR3. This one came with 4. This is the i3 system, which is still overkill considering these things were running Windows 7. 2 gigs is kind of enough for like an office PC. I also didn't go through these hard drives to see if something was on them. That's probably super illegal, but I'll do it anyway. I don't give a shit. How much was it? $20. It was $20 for all 3 of these together, plus that gaming PC. They got me 2 4770s. I don't know what a 4770 is worth, but my guess is that you can't get 2 of them for $20 on eBay. So I think I came out on top. Plus the CPUs I got. All these CPUs together, the 2 i5s and the i3 are probably worth like $120. So I made 6 times as much. But let me see here what this is worth. HD 4770. That can't be right. How are people getting $30 for these things? $40, $50? Jesus. Apparently they're worth $50. That can't be right, but if these are both worth $50, then I made another $100 if I sell them. I don't plan on selling most of this stuff, but I'll probably sell one of the i5s. Maybe the i3 as well. I don't need this many computers, or even want this many, so I don't know yet, but don't need the disk drive plugged in, don't need the hard drive plugged in. It might be fun, let me just plug the hard drive in just for shits and giggles to see if it like boots up to an operating system. So the place that I went to for that was they actually do demolition jobs and clean outs of buildings and whatnot. So they have all this shit and they get paid to do their, to take everything out. They get paid to do it. So they don't care about, oh, we have to sell this stuff. So it just sits there forever in these huge bins. There were 2 bins like the size of a, I don't even know, like if you've ever seen a pallet in a warehouse, it was a full pallet of computers and 2 full pallets, and they said that they'd give me both of them for $100. I didn't want to have to go through these pallets, so I just dug through them and picked out these computers that I wanted. But now that I think about it, if I sell this stuff, I want to go back there and buy those 2 pallets and then just load them up in the back of a truck and bring them back here and I guess go through them and sell whatever's in there. I mean, I could probably make a good $600 off of whatever's in there, but then you got to spend all the time, and you got to think about if that's enough time. So let's see here. Tooch is messaging me. Oh yeah, we got memes going on in our group chat. All right, so this is all hooked up. We need a graphics card for it. It does have. This is the weird thing. It's got VGA out. That is DisplayPort right there. It's got DisplayPort out on a. What is this? What year would this be? 2011? 2012? I wonder. Needless to say, it's old as shit. To have DisplayPort as standard. I feel like DisplayPort's kind of like a newer thing, like more like 2014, 2015. But let's grab a graphics card and throw it in there. I'll be right back with one. So these are the graphics cards that came inside those computers. It came with this, which is a HD 6450, and this, which is a 6350. Now the issue with this one is that it's got this connector here. That's not DVI. It's called CompuPack. I think CompuPack might be the company that makes this port, but it's called something else. It's like it's 2 letters and 3 numbers, or 3 letters and 2 numbers. But it's a weird jack where offices will use these to plug it in here, and you get multiple DVI ports out, so you can hook a bunch of displays up to just one port. This one has DVI and DisplayPort, which is an issue because I don't have a monitor with DVI. I do have one with VGA though. This has VGA and HDMI on it, so we can use this one. So let's do it. I don't think it has any other inputs though. I think it's just DVI and HDMI. And then I have this one. This is actually one that I've owned before. I didn't get this in the garbage pile of computer parts. This is another 6450. I don't think 6450s have Crossfire support, but if they did, it would be interesting to try it out. This actually has the solder pads for a VGA port, so I'm wondering if I can just desolder this and put it on the other one, just to try it out. Let's try this card out. Let's try it with this card because I know this card works. If this card works, I want to test these 2 graphics cards and see if they run. And we're going to use these all to mine Bitcoin. Yes, Tooch. You can mine approximately 1 Bitcoin per century with these, so we're going to hook all of them up and fucking get rich quick. Go to a great junkyard, get some bad graphics cards. You can't do shit with them. Let's hook it up. So this is the i3 system. I don't have the shield, the I/O shield for this. I have the single slot one, but not the dual slot one. So let's put this in here. Oh, it's crunching inside, so that's not a good sign. I kind of want to take it out and put it in a bunch of times, like we're trying to make the computer have an orgasm. So let's keep trying that. Alright, so if there was any dirt in there, it'd probably shift it out, loosen up for the pins to connect. We have the VGA cable. We have a VGA monitor. This is the computer. This is the bad motherboard where one of the PCIe slots is dead. So we can't use this motherboard. We have to swap it out for this. Let's get this hooked up and see what happens. First, we'll shut this computer down. Hold on a second. Oh, I didn't mean to delete the Steam shortcut. Shit. Okay. Oh, you can't even see the screen. It's so blown out. I'll fix that later, but you don't need to see the screen anyway. So we're shutting this down. This should be good to go. Power ports plugged in. All right, let's hook it up. The USBs aren't plugged in. That's an issue. Shit. Gonna need those USB ports, buddy. Plug it up. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's Windows Update. Great. All right. Well, we'll let that update while I get these plugged in. Okay. I don't have another power cable. That's the issue. This is using my only power cables. Unless I have one in my bag. What are you? Oh, hello. Okay, cool. All right, never mind. All right, it's lighting up. That's a good sign. All right. And this is off. Just finished updating, so we'll grab this wireless card out of here in case I need it. Okay. You can't see what I'm doing, but trust me, I'm definitely doing stuff. Okay. Power button. Let's see if it boots. Okay. Nothing. Well, that's fascinating. That might explain why it was in the trash. It's not booting at all, but it's the fans are spinning and it's not rebooting itself. So what the fuck does that mean? Let's see here. So, yeah, it's just sitting there. All right. Are there post codes on this thing? .24 pin in all the way, 8 pin presumably in all the way. RAM is in. I don't know what the issue is. Let's try the other one and see if that one boots. Alright, so this i3 one might be a bust. I didn't test any of these, by the way. This is live. So that one's a bust, for sure. Let's maybe tilt this bad boy over so you can see more of the shit. Okay, so that's not working. Let's get the second one. Might be the RAM too, so we can try changing out the RAM. But normally it would give us some kind of post beep. So I'm not sure exactly what the issue is. Let's just try this without a graphics card in it. See, that one boots up. Okay, we got lights. Alright, so there's something... Well, it just turned off. Nope, it's turning back on. So I think these are post codes or something. There's numbers here. It says 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what could that be? Just reboot it again. It's not the SATA ports. Oh no, it might be the SATA ports. It doesn't have 4 SATA ports, so it's not that. It's not. It could be the USB ports because there's 4 of them, but none of them are occupied, and these 1 and 2 numbers are lit up. And they also keep cycling. Alright, this one's working. Let's get a keyboard plugged in. It's got Windows on it. That's good. Thank you, Rico and Delta. I hear the drive spinning. Hard drive activity lights on. That's good, so it's not fucking blowing up. I don't know what's wrong with this one. Could be the RAM. I have another stick, so we can try it. If that's not working. Alright, this came right on. We've got Windows 7 Pro on it. Alright. What did that say? Finance of America Mortgage. I should probably wipe this hard drive. I'm going to go ahead and say, this is very illegal. Alright, so we know this computer works at least. That's a good sign. Also, yes, it is a tiny keyboard. Alright. No. Alright, so we know the company who owned this. It's a mortgage company. We're going to go ahead and wipe this. I don't even know if it's going to be worth wiping. It's a 250 gig hard drive. It's not, and it's, if this was a 250 gig laptop hard drive, I would wipe it, but I might just throw this one out. So we know that it's working. Let's try it if the first PCI port works. Okay. Hopefully this thing boots without a hard drive. The other computers are probably from the same company, if I had to guess. This one's also not posting. Or, I mean, I don't know if it's posting or not because it doesn't have post beeps. Is it the graphics card making that happen? Huh. Something here. So, let me show you what we have going on here. We have the BIOS. Did I tell the stream about Tim's hard drive? No, I didn't. I forgot about Tim's hard drive. Tim's hard drive is that fucking the hard drive from that gaming computer full of pornography and a copy of Diablo 2. So let's see what's going on here. Enable PCIe slot is on. So turbo boost, power management, visualization. Is there anything about the something here about video though? There's usually something like default video out. It would be in here, system configuration. Huh. Okay. There's nothing in here that would be stopping me, so let's try this again, I guess. Let me think. Why would this not be working? It's not. Ah, oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so if I put in a graphics card right now and try to boot this, it should give me an error saying PCI card detected. Use the graphics on that, because this motherboard's done that before to me. The other motherboard did. So let's try it with this one. See? So it gave me the error. I don't know if you could see that. I just pointed at the screen and said see, but... Hey! Okay, so the PCIe slot works. Hard drive not found, whatever. So that works. Can I, like, zoom in on the screen? Yeah, that doesn't really work, does it? Well, I can just move this closer to me. Now you can kind of see what I'm doing. At least the screen, you can see if it fucking works or not, at least. So it's giving me an error. It says hard drive not found. That's fine. I know the graphics card's working. Let's test out this 6450. See if it works. It's got like rust on it. If you can, yeah, see how it's like rusty, but the port looks fine. It looks fine. It's just that like the rust on the thingy. But other than that, the graphics card looks fine. You know, I'm gonna put new thermal paste on it just in case the thermal paste is gross on it. So let me check that real quick. Oh, this just pops off. That can't be very secure. Oh no, I need pliers. Shit. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this needs to be thermal paste. It's got like this pink. It looks like bubble gum almost. Look at that. That shit's like, it's like glued on there. Yeah, it looks, it's got like the consistency of gum, but it's got a cutout around the die, which is weird. So I think it just stuck to the die for some reason.
Alex, can you answer your phone so Dad stops texting me to tell you to answer your phone?
Oh, sure. I responded to that.
The trash?
Yeah.
He just texted me. It's like every other week. He like freaks out.
Oh. He's not getting any of my texts lately.
I don't know.
Yeah, because he was asking me about Easter.
What do you mean?
Like if I'm going or not.
Are you?
I think I have to, right?
I'm not. Why would you have to?
I'll try and get out of it then. I hate holidays.
It's not our family. It's like Wendy's cousin or something, isn't it? Or her sister?
I don't know what the situation
I'm
is.
not going.
Let me just reply to him again.
Take out the kitchen trash too.
Yeah, I got it. All right. Let's replace this thermal paste. So my finger's doing literally nothing to it. I don't know how I'm gonna get this off. I don't know if have you ever seen this? It's like let me change the focus real quick, but focus, autofocus. Nope, not that. There we go. It's like a pink goo. It looks like fucking Majin Buu on there. Not sure what's up with that, but autofocus, will you work now? No? Okay, I'm gonna have to keep manually focusing whenever I want to show you stuff, but I'm gonna grab some alcohol. I already have it actually. Alright. Let's see here. Maybe she got spilled on. This is underneath the fan. There's no that's the thermal paste, but I've never seen like a pink goo before. It's not normal. Alcohol is doing nothing to it as well. Alright, I'm just gonna scrape it off with my fingernail and put new thermal paste on. Alcohol usually solves all of life's problems, especially with computers. Alright, let's get thermal paste. Let's get a little bit on there. Jesus, there's so much on the lid. I may as well just take it from the lid. There we go. Good enough. Not that this thing really needs to be cooled that much, but there we go. Brand new. 6450. All right, let's throw it in and test it out. Oh Jesus, I'm pulling the thing out of its socket. That's not good. Now I need the DVI adapter. All right. Let's see here. Your PCI cover. Oh, you guys can't even see this shit. So, we'll throw it in here. Like so. Plug it in. Not going to bother screwing it down. Turn it on. It's lighting up. It's working. All right, cool. So we got a graphics card that works. I don't know how much a 6450 is worth. Again, we can look it up. Let's check eBay. HD 6450. This is the 1 gig model. 18 bucks. Same exact model. Right there. See that bad boy? 18 bucks. So that's even more money. All right, so we know this one works. Don't know if this one works because it's got the weird connector, but not worried about that. All right, let's take that out. And now we're gonna steal this motherboard. So let's take it. That i3 one was on the top and was left in the rain, so my guess is that that's why it's not working. I know the CPU is probably good. I can test that right now, actually, by swapping the CPU. Let's find out if the CPU is good. Yeah, the 3 graphics cards so far. Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of the graphics cards are working. Oh, come on. CPU cooler's kind of hard to remove. These look like the stock Intel ones, but like a little beefier. They got kind of nicer fin design. I got new thermal paste on here. And the thermal paste is still wet. So when I take this processor out, you're going to be very careful not to get any in the socket. It's a piece of dust on the CPU somehow, but here's our i5. So let's just put that down somewhere safe. And let's get our i3. Okay, get the i3. Which also has new thermal paste on it. Which was a stupid decision by me, considering I didn't even know if it worked or not. So where's my screwdriver? Screwdriver? Where you at, buddy? Pockets? Oh, it's behind my fat. Okay. This one's actually also got the smaller CPU cooler, like I said. It's a little weird, but you would think they would use the same CPU cooler for all of them. Just because sourcing two different ones and then differentiating through manufacturing sounds like a pain in the ass. It can't cost that much more. It's like still an aluminum block, so. It's kind of stuck. There we go. You got the other CPU cooler, the smaller one. Oh, I put a little bit too much thermal paste on this bad boy, I gotta tell you. Let's get it out. Out by the corners. It's not to touch the pads on the bottom. That's the i3. And it looks like there's some gunk. It looks like there's kind of something inside the pins. So, autofocus. Yeah, see all that white stuff? It looks like some jizz got in the pins. So I'm wondering if that's what the issue is. Let's maybe try and get that jizz out and see if that fixes it. I'm going to get some tweezers and try and pull it out. Ugh. As not to bang up the pins. Okay. Let's try and do this. Jizz in the circuits, you're right. Try and get in the light here. Autofocus. All right. Okay. It's a little hard with no depth perception because the camera's blocking one of my eyes. I can't exactly. Can't get this shit out. It's like dust. It just keeps falling apart. Oh, there we go. Right. And that's just in the crack there, so I don't think that's going to affect it because it's not in the pins. Yeah, buddy. Alright, that's most of it. I'm wondering if that's enough. Let's find out. I almost put the fucking CPU cooler on without a processor in it. Alright, you match corner with the corner. Bada boom. Shield down. Tension. The cooler. I'm not going to bother putting all them down all the way. It's not like it's going to overheat. It'll be fine. So we'll just plug the fan back in so that it boots. I'm going to grab the RAM from the good computer. I know this one works. Okay. These things weigh like so fucking much too. They're so small and they are so dense. It is crazy. I think it's because of the disk. They have a disk drive, a full size hard drive, and a really dense power supply in it. So my guess is that that's why. But Jesus Christ, or the whole thing's made out of lead. I don't know. Put in the good RAM. We know for a fact it's good. Everything is plugged in here. CPU power. This, that, the other thing. Fan, header, power button. All this shit should be good. 24 pin is in tight. Alright. Okay. Try this. I'm also going to plug the keyboard in, because some things won't boot without a keyboard. I think there was a setting in there to make it not boot without a keyboard, which is the dumbest shit I ever heard, but hard drive. Turned off on its own. That's a good sign, because it probably is detecting new hardware. Hey, it was the shit in the CPU. It works. Look at that. That bad boy's booting right up. Alright, perfect. It's giving me all kinds of errors, but whatever. So we can use the i3 instead. So let's get the i5 back in here. Or it could be the RAM. I still don't know that, but I'm going to put this RAM in there. with the i5 and solve that issue later. Someone's gonna give me shit for not going crisscross with the screw pattern. These things have like zero tension to them. They actually have springs meant to make it so you can't over tighten. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. All right, CPU's back on. CPU cooler. You know, it could also be that the graphics chip wasn't working, and that I didn't even think to try that. I don't think I tried a second. No, I did try a second GPU, didn't I? Never mind. So we know that's working. So now with the i3 motherboard, let's test the PCI slot. Alright, PCIe card, throw it in there, get it connected. Oh, flip it around the other way. It's trying. The little numbers on the front are freaking out. The ones that look like postcodes. It's trying to convince me that it's booting, but I'm not entirely sure about that fact. Oh, it is. Okay, so the PCI slot on this is dead. No, the graphics card just wasn't pushed in all the way. All right. Okay. Try it again. All right, so PCI slot 1 works. Slot 2 works. Okay, great. So that we can use this motherboard for the project. AKA me fucking around in my basement. Let's do it. Fuck it. Let's see what's on this hard drive first. Let's see if this is owned by the same company. Because this is a generation older. It's weird that this doesn't have the graphics drivers on it, considering it had this graphics card in it, the 6450. Everything's like fucking huge, all the fonts and whatnot. Oh, nope, it's correcting the resolution. Gateway Funding. Diversified Mortgage. Yeah. Well, I think that's the same mortgage company that I just mentioned, right? Alright, well, good news is everything works. Let's take this out. Okay. All right. Time to take out this motherboard. I've become a pro at disassembling these things. It's like the 50th time I've had to do it in the last 2 days. Ugh. Damn it, I need a different screwdriver. This one's not long enough. Ah, there's like one screw in here you can't get with. Yeah, you'd think a mortgage company would be smart enough, but obviously not. Shit. Yeah, that's the only screw remaining. Fuck me! Why is there... This thing is a little bit too wide right here to actually get through the fucking hole. Which is not an issue I hear about often. Where's the screwdriver at? Oh, there it is. Okay. Ow. Just fucking elbowed this thing. Alright, let's do this here. Okay. Alright, that's done. So the way you have to take these motherboards out requires a little bit of finesse and finagling. So we'll do that. Alright. Not too bad. We can put this down somewhere. Move that. That's gonna fall on me, I know it. Just make it fall on purpose. There we go. Okay. Screwdriver, RAM, don't need any of that. What do we got in there? We don't have a full set of RAM in there, so let's just throw some more in that bad boy. Okay. And we'll take the screws off of this. I didn't want to put this on my pants just in case static does something naughty. Okay, CPU cooler, put that down. The i3 will come out. Alright. Okay. That's that. Carefully put this down somewhere where it won't get broken. Okay. Now we gotta disassemble this computer. So let's do it. First off, this graphics card can come out. So this is the other one. Those 4770s. So this is what was in those that gaming PC that I found. It's these two, and they were in Crossfire. So we'll test out the performance in the year 2018 of these two things. Okay, let's get this out. A little more light in there. Oh, what dropped? Oh, the case. That's fine, as long as it's not the monitor. Okay. You can't really see any of this shit, but just imagine I'm doing computer things. Alright. Power connector. I'm just going to hold this just for my own sake. This thing actually, I'm really mad that this is the motherboard that's not working because it's got USB 3 on it. Otherwise, I don't have a way to attach a USB header to this thing because it's proprietary. Which is a bunch of bullshit. Here's another thing. This is the power cable. You can't really see it. You can now. That I have to keep plugged into the motherboard or else the damn thing won't boot. And I'm sure that holds true with the other motherboards. So we'll keep that somewhere close. Otherwise, we will just unscrew. I think I only put 2 screws in this thing. Yeah. Here's one. And I didn't even put them in that tight. Oh, good thinking, me. I'm so smart. I actually knew before I put this in here that PCI slot didn't work. So I don't know why I didn't even bother swapping it out earlier. So, oh, this shit's plugged into the back of it. There we go. Okay. So, why did I take the memory out of that other motherboard? That was stupid of me. So this is the bad motherboard. This RAM is good though. That RAM's over there. So we need the CPU from this. And the cooler as well. Okay. Oofa. Right, so we're gonna have to do a swap here of. No, wait, where did I put that memory? Where? What? Where did I put that RAM? Oh, there it is. Okay, so old one, new one. This also has new thermal grease. Oh, it's gonna be a little tight to get off. Oh, come on, you son of a bitch. You're not in there anymore, are you? What? No. 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 Why are you... Oh, there we go. All right. Let's get the CPU out. Into this new one. Do a quick transplant. There's old thermal paste almost getting into the socket on this other motherboard. And this motherboard's good, so I don't want that to happen necessarily. If the motherboard works, it's just a PCI slot. We'll just drop it in, pop it in, and lock it in. Okay, this motherboard can be closed. I could put the i3 in there actually just to cover the socket with something. Should put it in the right way that time. Okay. There's that motherboard. I can just go in this other case, just lay it on top of it. All right. And we have the good heatsink. Screwdriver. I don't think these use I don't think the mounting holes on this can accept a different cooler. These don't look standard to me. Are they? No, that's not standard, is it? I could find out. I could always look it up. I kind of want to put a better cooler on here. But this one doesn't seem too bad. I mean, it seems better than the stock Intel one. And the stock Intel one's good enough to cool it. It's not like it's a... Those aren't bad coolers. They're not going to cause thermal throttling or anything. You're just going to have a really hot-ass CPU, and you can't overclock it. But considering that this is a 3570, and not a 3570K, that's not going to be an issue. So, I guess at the end of the day, I don't really need to switch it out. At the end of the day, I think this one's good enough. You know? Look at this thing. It's got all these nice fins on it. The fan seems really nice. And if the fan isn't good, I can always swap it out for a better one. At the very least, I can do that much. Let's get the RAM in there. Okay. That's that one. That's that one. Gigs. So this should have 8 gigs of RAM in it by the end of all this. So we got a 3570, 8 gigs of RAM, a 2400 with 4 gigs of RAM, and an i3 with either 4 or 2 gigs of RAM for $20. That's a pretty good deal. And not to mention working motherboards for a socket that you can't get anymore. So that's pretty good. 1155 is pretty old. Let's throw this in. Right? What do we got? Screwdriver and the screws to mount this thing. Where did I put those bad boys? Where did I put those 2 screws with the motherboard? Whatever, let's find out. I'm not supposed to pick stuff up by the CPU cooler, I know, I'm well aware, blah, 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 whatever. Okay. Oh, there's the 2 screws, I found them. Okay. Now, you may be wondering why I'm mounting this without tilting the case. There's actually a post inside of this that will center in on the motherboard. There we go, and hold it in place for me while I screw it in. So, thank God for high-end full tower cases that I accidentally kept in my house and didn't sell after I got rid of my computer. So let's do one here. Where are these? There we go. Let's do one here. And that really should be enough, but I don't want it wobbling back and forth. So we'll do a second screw. And we'll test it out. The reason I'm not putting all the screws in there is because obviously if it doesn't work, Jesus Christ, if it doesn't work, I don't want to have to rebuild this damn thing all the way. So let's see what happens. That's pretty tight. That's pretty tight. Wobbling down at the bottom, but whatever, it doesn't matter. As long as it's good where I'm going to be plugging shit in. Aside from these SATA ports, which I have to plug in, but 24 pin. I always hated this 24 pin. I'm about to super glue this 24 pin together because it's a 20 plus 4 pin. If there ever comes a day where I need a goddamn 20 pin ATX connector, shoot me in the back of the head because obviously there's some sort of doppelganger situation going on, and that's not the real me. Okay. 8 pin. Let's make sure the damn thing turns on. That'd be a good bet. I forgot to plug the power connector in. You're not gonna boot without this bad boy. I know it. I know it already. There. Now will you boot for me so graciously? Especially if I plug a VGA connector into you. Oh, is that random? Now this thing's just stuck in a boot cycle. What the fuck? That's the RAM I'm not sure about. PGA. Is this one? Let me put the keyboard in. This might be one of the fucking keyboard boot motherboards. The fucking USB port is plugged into. Is this plugged in all the way? Yeah, it is. That's plugged in. Power button. Christ. God fucking damn it. Why are you not booting, motherfucker? Just try something stupid as shit and see if this fixes it. Well, this shit's not booting at all. I don't know if it's because of the CPU swap or not. I guess we'll find out. Let me just replug everything. That's really making me nervous. Unplug this, because I know it can boot without a hard drive now. Unplug all the RAM except for one slot. Make sure that slot's tight. Okay, it is. Give this a pinch. Make sure the 4 pins plugged in all the way. Before I unscrew all this. We'll give it 3 boots to see if it works. No. Now it's turning off even quicker. Is the CPU... No, the CPU fan's plugged in because it's spinning. Well, fuck my life. I wonder if it's this power cable. If it's a different model in the other case. Oh, let me check. Here's the one it came from. Pop the front off. Pull out the power cable. I need a knife or a flathead. Well, 2 would be good. Or I can just use a screwdriver. Pry this thing out. And check. This is an OVW42T. This is a ODG. This is a completely different cable. There's no way. There's no way that this is what's causing it. We got 1, 2, 3. Fuck my life. Okay. This thing ain't booting. Why? Why are you not booting? You booted before, I don't understand. Alright, you son of a bitch. I'll play your game. I'll play your game. That's the new one. Fucking pull the thing out again. I'll pull out your goddamn motherboard. Oh. Here's the case it came out of. And like an asshole. Whoa, hello, I didn't know this came out all the way. You learn something new every day when you're mad. Okay. Let's see. Let's got this shit going on. We got this shit. Don't get pulled under the fucking motherboard. Like, what? Who designed this shit? Oh, this thing sucks to build in. Okay. Alright, let's try to get this around these cables. Oh, come on. And we gotta get these cables from out from underneath the motherboard because everything's going underneath the motherboard because this case design is for maniacs. Okay, we have it technically plugged in. We get cables plugged in. Boom, bam. Boom. What the fuck? Wow, Jesus Christ. It's been what, like 3 years, 2 years or something? The channel name joke has just arrived. Okay. I've plugged every goddamn cable into this thing. One of the plugs here is labeled internal rudder, and I think that Dell doesn't know what a fucking fan is, because they are calling it a rudder. Stupid names aside, let's get this power plug in. It's a different model of plug, but I don't think that's what was causing it. Well, I know it wasn't what was causing it, because I just swapped it out. Let's try this. Okay, get the VGA cable. Where the fuck is it? There it is. Oh, I forgot to screw the motherboard down. That's why I just pushed through. All right, that's fine. We don't need to screw it down. All right, cable for the power. Just bring it down over here. Don't crush all this shit. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. It's not booting. Let's let it try one more time and see what happens. Nope. Okay. That's good to know. So it's not some type of bullshit fucking proprietary plug isn't plugged in situation. It's probably because I can't find my screwdriver. That's probably one of the things causing it. Is my lack of finding my screwdriver that I just had. It's over there. Alright, I'll just use this one. It's probably because of the CPU swap. Hey, Vinyl. Hello. I'm going to try something stupid right now. I'm going to put on the old CPU cooler and see if it is a weird proprietary thing involving the CPU cooler. Because they are different, technically. They're different. This is an OFKG some shit. This is a something XY. So, it's different. It's different. So different, in fact, that I couldn't even get the goddamn thing plugged in. Wait a second! Never mind. I don't think this is going to be the fix. But let's try it anyway. Okay. Boom, bam. Please don't fall. I gotta like hold this thing in place. Boom. Boom, bam. Hit the power button. See what it does. Turn blue. Turned off. Turn blue. Turned off. Do I like or have I ever played D&D? No. I've never played a full session. I've attempted, but I've never played a full session of it before. I'm going to give this thing one more try to boot up. Let's see if it does it. Nope. Okay. Alright, so this thing's officially fucked. Alright, CPU swap. Let's do it. I'm also going to put a screw in this motherboard so it stops sliding around so much. You stay in place, you rowdy boy. Oh, Jesus, this thing's solid as a fucking rock right now. Okay. Ugh. God damn, that really is like glue. Okay. gonna end poorly. Someone's gonna give me shit for what I just did, but I don't care. I just want this damn thing to boot up. I don't give a shit. The longevity. Longevity? Longevity. I never said that word out loud in my entire life. Jesus. I don't care if it affects that. I need to start labeling these motherboards so I don't mix them up. If I would be interested, I literally cannot make time for tabletop games. That is why I've never completed a full campaign, or even a one-shot thing for that matter. But am I fucking messing something here? This is a boom bam. No, whatever. Jesus Christ! Now I'm second guessing myself. Okay, let's do it again. I'm gonna be pissed if this boots up. I'm gonna be even more pissed if it doesn't boot up. But I'm gonna be pissed if it boots up. Where's the power button? Okay, so it is the CPU. So that i5 does not work in this motherboard. Fuck. Let me put it in one more time. I'm gonna try putting it in again and seeing if it works. Oh, I'm gonna be fucking pissed if I can't use this thing. It's such a good CPU. I'm gonna keep the CPU and get another motherboard, but... In other news, I found out the hard way just now that this thing will boot up without the CPU cooler turned on. Because that fucking happened. I had to plug it in mid-boot. Remember to plug it in this time. Yeah, that ain't happening. So it won't accept the i5. Ugh. I don't think that the i5 is dead. I just think it's a motherboard thing. I'm gonna take the i5 from that other computer that's the same generation as this one and see if it works. There may be a BIOS update for this actually. Let me look it up real quick. Well, I still gotta swap the CPU to get it to take the BIOS update, but oh, come on, man. What is this thing called? Oh, it's on the front plate. Optiplex 790. Let's see if we can find some drivers for this thing. Put this camera over there real quick. Google this. What the fuck just fell? Oh, the plate. That's fine. Okay. Stand up, you fuck. That's the i3 that works. There's the i5 that doesn't. Let's Google this real quick. BIOS. Updated in March of 2018? What the fuck? June of 2017? Why does this thing have BIOS updates this year? Why did this thing get a BIOS update a week ago? Alright, I'm gonna do the fucking... this one. Updated Intel microcode for Sandy Bridge processor. So wait, Sandy Bridge. Okay, so I think that's... no, fuck! Sandy Bridge is 2nd gen. I'm gonna look through all these BIOS updates. I'm just gonna update to the latest BIOS and then see if it works. Okay. Okay, let's see if this works. Oh, hey, Jacob. Yeah, I'm trying to get computer stuff to work. So we'll take this hard drive. Put it in here. Oh, Jesus. I forgot to put a CPU in it. That would help. If I had a fucking processor. I don't remember which one's which. I thought you said tweet tits. I was like, yeah, thank you very much. I am well aware of how nice my tits are. Thank you, Jacob. I'm taking this thing a little more than I usually would for this because I'm going to actually be going into Windows. Otherwise, I would have just left that loose. I need a mouse and a keyboard. Preferably both. But a keyboard might just do. Where's the mouse? There's the keyboard. The mouse? Oh, underneath everything. Okay. Alright, this was actually booting. BIOS revision A11. So yeah, this one's on pretty old BIOS. They're on version 21 at this point, so. Come on, yes, I understand. Continue. I should have put the SSD in this thing. Why'd I just reboot? The fuck? There we go. Did I try turning it off and back on? If you're keeping count, I would say probably 70 times so far. Oh, what the fuck are you doing? Applying 6,489 Windows updates. Jesus Christ. Oh, look, it's done. That was easy. Wow, Windows works fast. That's the quickest 6,500 updates I've ever seen. Who is sending me shit? Well, Here we are, kids. We're doing it. It's been 2 hours. And I still haven't installed a fucking graphics card. The hard drive light on this thing is freaking out. Like, you can see that bad boy. Just going on over there. Look at that shit. Alright. We got Windows. Windows confirmed. Let's do a BIOS update. Can you not install fucking graphics drivers for 2 seconds of your life, please, so I can update this? Why did my mouse just stop working? And the keyboard. Why did all my USB ports just stop working? What the fuck? Everything just stopped working. Really? What the fuck? The mouse is lit up now. Now the mouse is working, but the keyboard isn't. Are the drivers installing or something? I don't know what's going on with this thing. Just stopped giving power to my keyboard. Keyboard's plugged in. Okay, that's good. Bright red message telling me it's updating the firmware. Oh, where's the bad motherboard? It's this one. Wonder if I can get that to work. Let me grab a toothbrush real quick. I don't see any reason why this shouldn't be working, but there was a it looked like bridging two of the connectors, and I got it off with the toothbrush. It looked like some kind of dirt or something. If it was conductive enough, my guess is that it may have stopped it from working. So we're going to try a couple things here. First off, we're going to swap the CPU into this one, see if it works with the new BIOS update. Then we're going to try this motherboard again and see if the top PCI slot's working now that I cleaned it. You know what? I'm going to grab some alcohol, actually. And I just need some on the bristles, so let me just do this real quick. Okay. That's pretty good. I'm hoping that's the issue. That'd be awesome if it was. If it was just something that needed to be cleaned. Let's try it. Alright. So, got all that done. Ow, this piece of metal just like jammed into my skin. I thought it was something cold, but it was pain. Alright, let's see here. Let's turn this bad boy off. Pop these out so I can pick it up. Don't need that anymore. Then power it off. Not worried about corrupting the hard drive by turning it off while it's spinning or whatever. Just because I'm trying to test shit right now. And that hard drive doesn't have anything on it anyway. Because as you saw, we just put Windows 7 on it. So that's fine. Alright, got that. Goodbye. Hello. And the Beatles. There we go. I wonder if this thing has to do with mounting pressure. Sometimes there'll be like a mounting pressure sensor. I'm like 1,000% sure I've seen that before, so I'm just gonna tighten these down as much as that last one was. I should get an electric screwdriver, but here I am. Oh, my goddamn hands are killing me. You want to see some other computers I got for free, by the way? These are for free, not from the scrapyard. I got this thing for free. It's this little it's called an HP Stream. It's got an Atom processor in it, but It works. It's covered in paint, like the keyboard and everything, but it works. I installed Windows 10 on it. There's his name. It's Tiny Boy. Oh, important updates needed. Oh, it just wants me to do the anniversary update. That's fine. Issues with this thing is only got a 32 gig hard drive. It's soldered on there, and the only way to replace it is to get rid of the Wi-Fi card. You thought I was the one with the higher pitched voice? Oh, I'm insulted. So that's going to install Windows updates. But yeah, this thing runs Windows 10 on it. It's got, how much RAM does this thing have? Do I got Specky on this thing? Yeah, I do. So this has a Celeron N2 Bay Trail, 22 nanometers. So that's not too old. 2 gigs of DDR3. And Intel, I don't know which graphics these are. Probably Intel HD 4000 or something like that. Yeah, also we do literally start every episode saying each other's names, so. That is true. And another laptop that I got for free is this one, which is it looks like every other HP laptop from the last 20 years, but it's got an AMD A6 in it with an APU, and it can play like Counter-Strike and stuff, so that's cool. I got that for free as well. So if you just like look for broken computers, the thing that was wrong with that was that the power, or apparently the screen didn't work. I opened it up and the screen just wasn't plugged in, so I did that and fixed it. And the issue with the HP Stream is just that it's a piece of shit covered in paint. But aside from that, it works. So we're going to try and turn this thing on and see what happens. Let's get in there with the camera. Looks like that BIOS update didn't fix it. Every single one of these PCs has Skyrim on it. Because I keep swapping the hard drive, and the hard drive has Skyrim on it, so. Alright, let's give it one more boot cycle, see if it boots. Alright, that's not working. Okay. Now, what we're going to try. Why are you blinking? You should not be powered on at all. We're going to try this motherboard again. Here's the case for it. Now this case has been modified, and by modified I mean cut through with bolt cutters to move some of these slots out of the way. So I can fit full-size graphics cards in here if I want to, which I don't. So let's try this other motherboard. The reason I'm putting it back in the original case is I don't feel like hooking up all this other shit. Is this the right one? What are you? Optiplex 7010. That's the right one. Man, this is really just fucking impossible to get back in here. Holy shit. How did I get this thing out in the first place? Shit. These goddamn sleeves keep rolling down. Alright, I figured it out. Okay. I forgot to get the CPU. Shit. Doing this while drunk? No, I can't even do it while I'm sober. No, I can't inhale any helium. I did have helium with me earlier, actually, which is a very weird coincidence, but no, not at this moment. I cannot inhale any helium for you, I'm sorry. Okay, that's the bad. Alright, 3. And here's the good. I5. Come here, buddy. Please work. PCI slot 1. Please. I love you. It's very odd to me that this PCI slot's not working, and I'll tell you why. Because it was fucking absolutely functioning when they threw it away, or else there wouldn't have been a graphics card in that slot. So the right cooler? Yes, it is. Tucci, you still here? I'll take that as an... Oh, yeah, you are. Okay. Do you want to play PUBG? All right, great. Let's say... How about 11:30? Is that good? Are you drawing furry porn, or are you, like, finishing up your wiener with furry porn? Okay, 11:30 works for you? Okay, great. It works for me too, buddy. What the fuck is this? Why is there a SATA splitter for a... Never mind. I'm not going to get into this. There's a SATA splitter for a goddamn single hard drive. There was one hard drive in here, but they have a SATA splitter splitting it off. Let's see if this thing boots with no GPU in it, and then we will go from there. Thoughts on Patreon's anti-furry agenda? I didn't know they had an anti-furry agenda, but I'm very against it. Oh, I didn't screw the motherboard. Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't screw the motherboard in. Now it is sliding all the fuck over the place to places where I don't want it to go. Solid as my cock. Alright, okay. And the plug, and the plug. I forgot the fucking power plug. God damn it. It's so stupid that they make it so it won't boot without that. It's so goddamn asinine. Alright, let's see. There we go. There we go. Hey, look at that. I just tried to press the power button on the front of the case and realized that I just threw the power button away. Okay. It's really in there. Sure, that's plugged in. Oh, the alcohol worked! They hate furry and lollies. Well, one of them's illegal. So that makes sense. Holy shit. Alcohol has solved all of my problems. Or it was a toothbrush. Alcohol and toothbrushes is all you fucking need in the world of computing. Oh, thank God. I can use the i5. Alright, kids. We're gonna move this thing inside the computer. Oh, I'm so happy right now. Don't start Windows, you son of a bitch. Okay. Hell yes. Ow, fucking Christ, that hurt. Okay. This motherboard now needs to be removed. Out of this goddamn machination. Okay. Come on, man. Oh. Whew. Fucking arm is killing me lifting those things. These computers are super heavy for their size. They probably weigh as much as this case. They're like half the size. Is this the same RAM? It's not. Where'd I get that other piece of RAM at? Are you in? ATEC. Here we go. 2 gigs. Alright, so we know the RAM hasn't been an issue so far. It's not been the RAM even once. So I think all of this RAM is good. Okay. Now we gotta get this screwed in. Screwdriver. So we got 8 gigs of DDR3. That's really good. 3570K, and we got 2 4770s. All for $20. I cannot complain about that, my friends. So let's do this like Judas, the nudist parachutist. Get a screw. Well, we'll get this in there. First of all. Get this lined up. Just right. Oh, not just right. Get it right. And get it right and get it tight. Okay. These screws are like super ferrous. Ferrous? It's with an A or an E. They're very magnetic, is my point. Or is it non-ferrous? I can't remember. My point being, fuck my life. Go on the post, you son of a bitch. There we go. Okay. That's not a screw hole. Jesus Christ. Alright. Let's put one more screw in. Is there one here? No. Is there one here? Yeah. There's one here too. Okay. We'll do one more for good luck. And there we go. That's better. Okay. Now, oh, that just hurt real bad. Here's a 4770. We'll throw it in there. Let's see what happens today. It's not going in for some reason. The fuck? This thing's not going to go in. Is it this is stopping it? It's in all the way, is it? It's not the PCI slot, is it? Try the other one. Why do these not want to go in? It went in before. Okay, there we go. So many sex jokes you could be making. Here I am, not making any. Where's my phone? I need a flashlight. Oh! Am I hitting like a capacitor? No. Something down here's hitting. It's like fucking dog hair in it or something. It's like it's hitting something in the back almost. It's like the case is the issue. Yes, it is the case. It's getting caught on a case. Somehow. There we go. Yeah, for some reason the case, there's like a stopper in the back here that's breaking it. But that's pretty good. So, do this. Do that, and we'll get a crossfire bridge. Like here. And fucking crossfire these bad boys. Scratcha-cha. Scratcha-cha. Oh my god, we're like pro gamers now, kids. It's like we're professional. I forgot to hook the power up. Okay, well, shit. Actually, I forgot to hook everything up. PCI. PCI. Do I not have another PCI slot? PCI power? Only come with one? There's no way this power supply only has one PCI slot on it. No shit, maybe it does. Oh no, it's got a second one. There we go. Molex, don't need that. 4-pin, do need that. 24-pin, we need that. We need the fucking 4-pin first. Then the 20. There we go. This thing really doesn't like having new hardware installed. Every time it's got to go through this whole like rigmarole. I think for every single thing you plug in, it has to reboot once. So I did 3 more sticks of RAM and 2 graphics cards. So I think it just reset 5 times. Oh, I forgot the USB 3. Plug that in real quick. Line that up. It just went in the recovery. God damn it. I didn't want that to happen. There. No. You could have booted, you dickhead. Just didn't give me enough time to click something. Alright, fuck it, I'll reboot. Don't system restore my shit. See, look, then I had to reboot again because I plugged in the USB ports. You see this shit? Air temperature sensor not detected, rear fan failure, front I/O cable failure. Well, none of those are able to be plugged in, so that's fine. Let's continue. I got another... Nope, start Windows normally. There we go. We got 2 4770s in this thing. I don't know what the TDP of a 4770 is. Hopefully 500 watts is enough to run it. The fans are super, super loud, so I think I might need to take the heat sinks off of them and clean them and put new thermal pieces on there, but I just wanted to see if they worked. The top one works at the very least. No AMD graphics drivers installed or not functioning properly. Please install the proper driver for your device. That's odd. Did I not install the drivers? I don't remember. It can't be started. There are no settings that can be used. Okay, that's fine. Do we have internet? I forgot to install the damn Wi-Fi card. Shit. I had to put the Wi-Fi card in. I need a restart for my computer? Okay, that's fine. I need to turn it off anyway. Let me put this Wi-Fi card in while this thing's rebooting. Now, I probably shouldn't put this in while it's booting, but I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, fuck, I can't get to the PCI slot. Shit. So we're not going to have Wi-Fi. I don't have a Wi-Fi card for USB. Damn. Well, I think I have an Ethernet cable somewhere over here. That's not going to reach, but I can get a longer Ethernet cable. Whoa, that could have been bad. Okay. All right. I may need to download Ethernet drivers. We'll see. About to find out. Because it's Windows 7. Windows 7's kind of a real asshole about downloading or about having drivers for anything built into it. For some reason, there is jack shit built into it. So we'll see. Hey, Ethernet's working. Okay, never mind. Don't even need it. All right. Well, network. Crossfire. Enable. Haha! Yes! Hold on a second. Alright, we need to get some shit. We need to get some apps. Your connection is not secure. I'm using Google. Google has an invalid security. Oh, my computer's date's wrong. Right. Can you not do this by fucking the internet? Internet time. Change settings. Update now. Okay, well, it seemed to work. Yeah, that's accurate. Okay. Try it again. No, I don't need that shit. So I want to make it so that y'all can see what I'm seeing right now. So I'm trying to figure out how that can happen with this camera. That's good enough. You can kind of see what I'm doing mostly. So I'm just getting MSI Afterburner. So that I can possibly do some overclocking. But mostly I need the UI thing that pops up on the screen. So apparently Steam can't connect. AMD Overdrive. So this is their overclocking thing. I'm not gonna bother using it. Yeah, I want it Crossfire enabled, right? Yeah. It's already applied. Okay. So let's just make sure MSI Afterburner can even read these cards. And we want Rivatuner as well. And we want to download Speccy. This is mouse. Oh, there we go. Seems to think I have speakers when I don't, but whatever. That's probably a good thing. I think there's some programs and games that won't start without like. I know there's some games that don't like it when you don't have a speaker plugged in. So at the very least, that's probably the case. VC redistributable. That's installing. Am I on Service Pack 1? Did this update to Service Pack 1? No, do not install Google Chrome. Jesus Christ. Core i5 3470. There you go. Not a 3470K, but it is a 3470. I think I said 3670 earlier. I think that's what the i7 is, isn't it? Device Manager. I don't think we're on Service Pack 1. That's weird. We're just on Windows 7. Let's run Speccy. Rivatuner still trying to install. Speccy's going. Yeah, okay, bye-bye. So all the cores are showing up. And both the graphics cards are showing up. Good. Yep, here they are. 40 degrees and 38 degrees. That seems a little warm, but so it seems a little warm for how fast the fans are going. I might want to let me test and see if this needs new thermal paste and the fans cleaned. What's MSI's program for? What's the Fuzzy Donut program? If I just search MSI Fuzzy Donut, it'll come up. Oh, Jesus Christ, DirectX popped up. MSI Fuzzy Donut. Furmark. There we go. Let's get Furmark. Is it not by MSI? The MSI has one as well. I guess this isn't the MSI one. Download. Which one's the actual download link? Fuck. I think it's this one. TechSpot. Yeah, there we go. They have ads all around that look like download links. I hate that shit. Now downloading. Okay, well, I don't believe you, but 8 gigs DDR3 at 665 megahertz. So what's that? 1333? That's not bad. That's pretty average. Okay. We get this to 75 hertz. Nah. I guess VGA only goes up to 60 hertz at 1080p. It won't go up to 75. This thing had HDMI out, I would use that. But I guess defective default settings properly. Well, I kind of want MSI Afterburner, but I also want to test these. So no, I don't want to reboot yet. Okay, so let's do, whoa, Afterburner, go away. 1600 by 900. You can just do a preset actually. All right, 46 degrees. 45, 50, 51. 55. 57. At least they're running in Crossfire. It's working, at the very least. They're both being used. 60 degrees. I hope that percentage bar isn't going to cut this off early, because that's going to be fucking annoying. The test shouldn't stop until I tell it to. 62. 63. They're not stopping. They're still going up. Oh, now the fans are kicking on. Oh, it just closed. You dickhead. Why would you not... Oh, Jesus. Don't... Max duration. Don't fucking do that to me again. Let's try it again. I'm going to grab a drink while this burns in. And we'll see where it takes us. Or if the computer shuts down, that's another good sign that they need to be cleaned. Oh, I just closed out of that video I was watching and I didn't mean to close out of. God damn it. YouTube Red's thing where you can have a video still like in the background of your phone. You can't even see my phone, can you? What the fuck? There we go. You can have a video in the background. Bad boy! I want to be labeled bad boy! Okay, so for some reason the one GPU is not being used anymore. That's weird. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, I think it only works in full screen. I think I don't think it works in windowed mode. So let's try this. I'm glad I caught that. Yeah, it only works in full screen. All right, so what? Why can't you see the screen? Oh, you can. I'm stupid. I'm looking at the stream and it's like delayed. I was like, oh shit, I think the screen froze. I'm gonna let this run and grab a drink. Well, $75. Let's see if it's at 74 right now. Let's see if it hits 75. There goes 75. It's bouncing between 74 and 75. The other one's maxed out at 69. So, let's clean them, put new thermal paste on, and see if we can get these temperatures a little bit lower. And the fan speed is at 44% and 38% respectively. So let's see if we can get the fans to slow down, I guess. Maybe they'll have less thermal output to keep up to. So let me just take a picture real quick. No, not with the flash on phone. What are you thinking? There we go. That was too blurry. All right, let's just do this. Can I see that now? Okay, so now I remember what these temperatures are. Let's turn this thing off and clean it. And see where the day takes us. Okay, let's get that done. Oh, damn, they feel like they were fucking 75 Celsius. Feels like the whole motherboard was, or the whole PCB. Okay, let's pop these out. Oh, fuck me, that's hot. Come on, buddy. You really want to come out, do you? One. Thermal paste, have it, alcohol, wipes. Yeah, it should be good. Should be good to do this. Okay. Let's get this taken care of. Going to start disassembling this. So we're going to take off the bracket, get the fan off, and clean the fan and see what we find inside of this bad boy. It's already dust pouring off of it onto me, so that's always a good sign. An even better sign is that this screwdriver is way too fucking big. Oh, let's change the tip out. And then the third good sign of the day is that there is somehow rust on the brackets for the GPU. So that's weird. Try a size 0. See if that's small enough. And it is. Okay. Slowly take these off. I'm going to actually do the very gentle crisscross pattern on this one because it's touching the die directly instead of being on a heat spreader. So hopefully I don't end up cracking the GPU. Let's take care of this. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I can show you, but I'm just unscrewing some screws. It's not very interesting. Okay, it's starting to come off. Kind of worried about how rusty these screws are. Okay, so the bracket's off. Alright. Cooler is off. The GPU is here. There we go. There's the GPU. Old thermal paste. Let's get that off. Here's the die, and it looks like there's like a dead bug or something, like the shell of a bug above it, or some kind of dirt. That's not good. Let's take the fan off as well, and I'll rinse this out under the sink, the copper heat sink. So let's get the fan off. And I'll rinse it and then blow dry it to make sure there's no moisture left on it. So let's get these screws. Looks like 4 screws for the fan. Ooh, do not fall. Come on, buddy. Stay in place. I would say today's been very successful. We got the 3470 working. We got the GPUs working. We got that motherboard working. We found out that all of our RAM and all of our CPUs and all of our motherboards are now 100% functional, except for the i3. Don't know if the i3 is functional. Oh no, we do know the i3 is functional, don't we? Or is it the other i5? There's one of them that we don't know if it works or not, but 2 out of 3 isn't bad. Alright, so even this plastic shroud is just, I don't know if you can see, there's like hair all over it. This guy must have had 20 fucking cats. And after looking at his porn collection, it makes sense. Oh my god. There's just a big blob of hair in here. We need to get this fan out of the way. There's like literally a whole cat inside of this thing. If I always wanted a cat, and now I can finally have one. This guy just gave me one. Christ. Christ almighty. Look at this shit. That is just a huge blob of hair. How does that even get in there? Look at that shit. Do you see that? What the f... It looks like the fucking Grinch. Oh, it's like wrapped around the coils. I can't even get it out. That is absolutely nasty. That's fucking gross as shit. Where can I even put this? I don't even know. I don't have a trash can near me. I'll just start making a pile for the hair, I guess. There's like no dust on it. This guy kept his shit dust free, but there's a gallon of cat hair everywhere. I'm not even going to bother rinsing it. I'm just going to take this cat hair. Oh, there's more. Fuck me. Look, there's even more. Look at all this goddamn hair I have. It's just in one fan. Was there an animal near it? I mean, it was... again, this was taken by the demolition company. So, I don't know if this guy's house got demolished. Or what. But yeah, there was a goddamn animal near it, I'll tell you that much. I don't know. Fuck, there's more. Is that all of it? Yeah. Jesus. Alright, there's one of them. Take it apart. Let me grab something to scrape this. You know what? I can just use a. Let me see here if I have like a rewards card or something I can use to scrape this off. Here we go. Here, a casino card. We'll use this. Haven't been to this casino in forever. Alright, this came off pretty easily. The thermal paste is just like dust right now. So that sucks. I'm gonna try and scrape it off of the GPU. Go. Pretty good. Alright. Next, we need these. Some alcohol. So, grab a couple of these things. And some alcohol. Okay. Get that nice and soaked. Just get this shit off. Just get all this off. I'm even going to wipe down the PCB because there's dust everywhere. And as far as I know, depending on what the dust consists of, it can actually cause shorts. So we'll definitely just be cleaning everything. Just giving it a good wipe down. Alcohol's not going to hurt anything. So we should be good. I don't know what percentage that is, but it's good enough. I'll just dab some of it away and let it dry. While that dries, we'll do the heatsink. Oh Jesus, this is only 50% by volume, which is really bad to be using on computer parts. You want like 90%. 80% works too, but you want 90%. But at the end of the day, I haven't had any issues with it. Been using it for a while, so we'll see how it goes. There we go. That looks pretty good, right? I mean, that's, you know, that stuff is, they kind of like change the color of it, but you can't really get that away. And the fan's good. So, not worried about that. I'm just gonna try and get as much shit out of these fins as I can without having to rinse it under the sink and waiting for it to dry. That's pretty good. It's a decent little heatsink it's got, right? Not the worst thing I've ever seen. Okay. That's looking good. Now we're talking. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Shiny. Nice and shiny. Alright. Thermal paste. Just a little bit of it. Better have too much than too little. But it's best to have the right amount. Okay, let's just do this. Now the question is, how did this go? So, long ways, it's like this. Nope, it's not like that. So let's try like this. Nope. Oh, these aren't even, that's why. So the bigger ones go over here. Okay, so it was like this. There we go. Okay. So let's get the fan back in. And the way that I want this is exactly like this. Okay, perfect. I accidentally did it right. And my screwdriver went where? Oh, same place it always goes. Okay. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. I just want to spread this thermal paste around a little bit. Just make sure. There we go. I'll just wipe it off on my pants because these are already covered in thermal paste from yesterday when I initially bought all of these. So these pants have actually been covered in thermal paste and semen more times than I would like to admit. There we go. This thing doesn't even need screws. It just kind of holds on there, but we'll put the screws in anyway. Now, if you're actually working on something you care about and you're doing all this stuff, a little more finesse than I'm using would probably be good. Such as what you're actually putting your fingers on and watching out for, the grease on your fingers. And this screw is stripped, but that's fine, I guess. It's plastic. They just start spinning once you get too tight for some reason, which is kind of odd, but then we'll just line this thing up. It's the back holes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, they're all back in. This thing is ready to go as far as I can see. Yeah. Go, just get the fan plugged in. Line these back up. Screw them in. Sure they're lined up first. Oh, these are the ones with little springs on them, so you can only tighten it so much. And the springs are a little rusty. I hope that doesn't make it like less tense than I need it to be, but Thermal paste and semen. Yeah, a lot of white stuff on my pants. It's usually thermal paste, though. I try not to get semen on my clothes. It's really hard to. Usually you're naked, but shit happens sometimes. Alright, let's tighten this up as much as we can. Accidentally stripped a screw because it was so rusty. So that's cool. And there we go. One cleaned, properly spinning graphics card. Probably could have put some like well, I don't know. I don't know if oil would have helped that. Depends on the type of fan, but oh, great, another one full of hair. Okay, they're both full of hair, it turns out. So let's clean this one off. I think this guy already did this once at some point in the lifetime of the cards. I would assume someone who has, you know, who did ATI, or I'm sorry, who did Crossfire, was smart enough to swap his thermal paste out at some point. But it looks like one of the screws was almost stripped initially, and I never touched these before, so my guess is that it was the guy who went it before. Must have stripped one of them. Or come close to stripping one of them. He didn't strip it, but he came close. Okay, here comes number 2. Pops right off. This one's dirtier than the first one. Take a look at that in a second. Actually, we need to wipe that off first. So, this. Just, oh, we need the card to do this one. There we go. Okay. Use the card on this. Try not to knock any resistors off with a plastic card. Alright, let me just do the first wipe down dry just to get all the big stuff off. Then we'll use a wet one. Okay. Here. This one's actually pretty good. The die itself is pretty clean, but the rest of it's covered in more dust for some reason. It must have been the bottom card, I guess. It's getting a little more air. Okay. So that. Another one. Probably the best you're going to do with that. Close enough, right? There's not actually like a lot of material in those corners. It's just That's right. That's right. Yeah, it is. Just want to make sure. Probably shouldn't use my sleeve for that, but whatever. No one's gonna arrest me. Okay. Just a little bit of thermal paste. Again, spread it out with this card. You don't need to spread thermal paste out usually, but I'm just trying to make sure that I have enough. Because if it doesn't spread out all the way, then I'm going to need to put more on. So You're not really supposed to spread it. Not really supposed to do most of the things that are there. See, look, I didn't have enough though, so I'll put on a little dot and then I'll. There we go. That's how you do it. That's way too much. See, now I have too much. I gotta scrape some away. There we go. I should just throw this card out at some point anyway, but whatever. Stop me from gambling. Oh, fuck me. I forgot I have to take this thing apart, too. Christ. It honestly looks like the hair from a Shih Tzu. If I was to, like, be specific with it, it looks like a Shih Tzu's hair. I gotta find a guy named Tim with a Shih Tzu who likes MILF porn and hentai and lives in southeastern Pennsylvania. That can't fit too many, and who was like an avid PC gamer in the early 2000s. It can't be too hard to find. Okay. Off goes the cover. And hello comes all this shit. Great. More hair. Oh, Jesus. Yep, that's more hair. That's way more hair. That's good, right? That's good for computers? Let me go rinse this. Alright, now let's blow dry it. It's gonna sound really good for the mic. Oh, okay. Pretty clean. I'd initially thought there was a bunch of dust in it, and I quickly came to realize that it was all cat hair, so, or dog hair, whatever it is, animal hair, or human hair. Shit, I don't even know. Can't guarantee that. That's good enough. That's not right. There we go. So that's that. Which means this needs to go like this. Okay. Screwdriver. Screwdriver in my pocket. What? When did I put that there? That's not where you go, buddy. You don't want to go in, do you? What the? It's because that wasn't the right hole. I cannot for the life of me orient this fan in the correct direction. It's just failing in every way. It's incredible. That's raw as fuck. Tooch, that's raw as fuck. I'm preparing the computer to play PUBG with you. Thank you very much. What other computer would I use aside from this one? Also, the clock in my bedroom is 15 minutes behind, so no, I did not set my clock right. And that's not even a joke. That's for real. Last time you played, you said you forgot and stayed up late. What, I forgot that my clock was broken? I don't think I understand that sentence. Yeah, because the clock is behind. Well, no, I fixed the clock, but now, so when I don't know what I was looking at, but when I put the clock, I fixed the hour on the clock, but now the minutes are wrong. So I don't know what I did. But now it tells me that it's 15 minutes behind. Anyway, I'm going to plug these graphics cards in. And we're going to play PUBG on this computer. It's going to be great. It's going to work every time. It's going to work especially good because this thing has USB 3 support. Fuck yeah! Alright, while that boots and screams, I'm going to grab the game. That can't be good. Why are you screaming? Hello? You have connected one of your video card power connectors. Oh, you have not connected one of your power. Okay, fuck. Calm down. Goddamn, bitch. Most computers don't do that. But this is not most computers. There, fuck off. Oh, jeez, I almost spilled that, and my asshole is out on camera. That's a double crime. Shit, I need a USB extender. Fuck. Does this USB extender not work? Does this mouse just not work now? Did this mouse blow up? What the fuck? Why is this not working? Now it's working? But now it's not. And now it's not working. What? Now it's working? I'm so confused. Now it's not working. Oh, now it is. I don't know what's happening. Okay, good. Now, kids, I'm going to commit the ultimate sin. I'm going to put a power extender into a power extender. Like so. And God is crying right now. The first commandment, thou shalt not double plug power extenders. But here I am. Or power strips. And here I am. The devil man was me all along. Drive is spinning up, and it's giving data. Okay, great. My device is ready to use. PUBG is in this list. I don't know if I have internet or not. Do I? Will the video load? Yeah, okay. Let's see if Tooch... It's on Discord? I can't hear you. Why?
Just answer.
Oh, there you are.
I literally, I opened the call and you were like, Tooch, I can't hear you.
No, because the thing was green.
Oh.
You still have the stream on. I can hear it. I'm like, that's me.
Yeah, I turned it off.
Yeah, so I'm live streaming right now.
Oh.
Still, that's still
Alright.
happening. But the reason I'm still live streaming is because I want to capture this computer playing PUBG.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go pee.
Now I know what you're thinking, Tooch.
Yes.
That you need to pee.
Uh-huh.
And you'd be right.
I'm gonna go pee.
Is everyone ready for this shit? Ready to watch PUBG through a camera? Just to see if this thing works? Okay. PUBG. Play. I agree. Oh, fuck. Just gotta do the first time setup.
Alright, I was almost done. I was almost done with my furry porn, but I can wrap it up.
You take your time if you want to like spend the next 5 minutes doing that.
Alright, yeah, I just gotta
Because
like.
it's doing the thing where when you run a game and it's like first time setup.
Oh yeah, that shit.
It shouldn't take too long, but.
Yeah, let me just.
Did I tell you I went to a scrapyard
What?
to get all this stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if I told you about that.
Yeah, it sounds dope.
It is dope. I'm gonna throw all this stuff out.
Hey!
Hey! Do I have any snacks? Oh fuck!
Huh.
There was the big bag of combos was buy two get one for $1 at Wawa.
Oh shit.
And I just remembered that I bought two and got one for $1. And
At the Wawa.
at the Wawa. And
At the
oh
Wawa.
boy, do I ever have two of these?
I hope you're satisfied.
I'm never satisfied.
Clearly. You have so many combos.
Like fucking Street Fighter up in here.
So you can actually do these.
Yeah. No, I can throw a fireball.
Hadouken.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Rover from Animal Crossing?
Yes.
His balls are out. What if his balls were out? Is my thesis.
Yeah.
Because listen, Animal Crossing, they don't wear pants.
They
Motherfucker's
don't.
he's got a sleeveless vest on and nothing else.
That's a power move.
Yeah, but also that's everyone.
Yeah, they're all doing power moves right now.
All the store clerks, naked aprons. Fucking, they're
Hot.
trying to be everyone's
Yeah,
wife.
they know what they're doing.
Tom Nook, he's a Tanuki. Look out.
Tom Nook's huge balls for sale.
Literally. That's exactly what I'm doing. This is a mythos I'm crafting, and then Nintendo's gonna give me money to stop.
Can you play with a controller on PC?
I can.
No, I'm asking you if I can play this game with a controller.
I've never tried, but I don't see why not.
I'm gonna
But
try
also,
it.
I don't know anything about the game, so ask the unknown Brendan.
Yeah, well, he's not
Say,
here right now.
hey, Brendo.
Hey, Brandon. I'm gonna say.
Brent.
He's gonna say it. Yeah, just change it every time.
Anyway, Billy.
Yeah, Bertucci.
Get some pasta.
Yeah. I haven't been to a Bertucci's in like 3 years.
I don't know if I've ever been to a Bertucci's. Maybe once.
They're all right.
I'm sure. Yeah. No. Listen. Pasta's hard. Pasta's difficult to fuck up. Some
Well,
people manage
Olive
to pull
Garden.
it off. Yeah. Yeah. Even then, though, I've only been like disappointed. I've never been like, yo, this is fucking garbage. I'm just like, well, this is a mass of carbs with sauce on it. I guess you did it.
A 5-year-old explained pasta to a man.
Hey, you know on the internet when artists who don't know Pokemon get their friends to describe them Pokemon and try to draw them? That's what Olive Garden does to pasta.
That is.
They called up someone's Italian Mima, said, hey, Nona, what the fuck's the rigatone?
And she said, it's like a lot like garbage. And they went, great, and then just made everything. Where's my USB cable? I gotta find this goddamn USB cable. Hello?
My favorite part, I just want to say, of your stream was when the computer screamed at you.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it's loud.
It kept going beep, beep, beep. I was like, what the fuck? Is something on fire?
What was that?
It was because I didn't have the power plugged into the graphics cards.
Oh. I assume that was bad, otherwise I wouldn't have done that.
I mean, no, it wasn't that bad.
God, it's fucking salty. It's just really upset that you did that, I guess. It just took it personally.
It was like medium badness.
It's my album. So are we still, like, live?
Yeah.
Great! Hi, everybody! Don't make lowly jokes.
How about just don't make jokes? How about no one...
Please,
Yeah.
please, leave that to the professionals like us.
That's the biggest joke of all.
Yeah! Listen, look, I know a joke. I am one.
Yeah. I gave my computer the very hint that I wanted to open Firefox, and it is deciding to just shit itself.
Laughed at you.
It did.
It came here to laugh at you.
It locked up in ways I did not know it could.
One design change I did give to Rover was I gave this creepy fucker a nose, and it changed everything, I gotta tell you. I looked up a reference for Rover and went, oh, he's terrifying. Just give you a fucking nose, you mongrel. Who are you, some kind of fucking rescue? In the arms of the angels, am I right?
Yeah. That's my favorite song.
Makes me think about sad dogs.
It makes me think about people dying from weed overdoses at school meetings.
Did they play that? Or
The fuck do you think? Of course they did.
The one time we had one of those, it was like, they did it in like a big fuck-off auditorium. They did like the whole fucking school. They were like, school's not gonna happen for like an hour because we need to tell you that if you do heroin, you'll die. And so I was in there, and like everybody was in there, and it was like a hot, crowded day in the auditorium, and I don't think the fucking, like, I don't think the AC was working right or something because it got fucking hot in there. And I was just sitting there stewing, just like fucking woozy from the heat, and just like looking at, like, literally they were just showing us a slideshow of fucking people, of like dead people who are dead from drugs, and like their corpses. They were showing teenagers' corpses. Like people who like this person OD'd with the needle still in their arm, and they're dead now. Look at their dead body.
Yeah, they did that. They did that to us too. It was great.
But it was so hot and I was so uncomfortable. I fucking like I had to leave and I puked. I went out to the bathroom and I puked, and I got to not go back in there, so that was all right. That turned out okay, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I had to puke though, but it was fine.
I made myself puke a couple weeks ago to solve an issue, and the issue did not get solved.
Well, let's see here.
I also remember, during like a drug thing like that, one of the songs was that fucking "Proud to Be an American" song. I was like, this is inappropriate. If it was like a 9/11 slideshow, I'd understand.
Just the most propaganda.
'Cause I'm proud to be an American, well at least I know I'm free.
Turns out, don't know that.
Yeah. Well at least I think I'm free.
Yeah, right?
Let's change the lyrics.
They assure me that I'm free.
Yeah. At least in other countries, they don't try and lie about it.
Yeah, right.
At least
well, no, they fucking... I think we used to try and lie about it, but now we're just bad at it. We're too bad at it to lie, but we still do it. It's bad. Let's see. Good. By good, I mean I'm just sinned. I've sinned. Alright. Let's see here. Save this. Shit, do I save this in my not safe for work folder or my furry folder?
both.
Oh no. I'm at an impasse.
Copy paste it.
That just sounds like an organizational fucking nightmare. Because if I go back to it, then I'll have to remember to go back to both, or I'll have an older version and a newer version, and I won't be able to remember which one's which. Like, no.
I think you were overestimating things. Wait, are you talking about your work in progress folders?
I just save all. I'm just talking about like my save, like my art files. Like I'm saving the art project in case I want to do more to it later, and then I'll export it as its own image, like a static image file, just to post. But the project I'm saving. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm just gonna put it in fucking wherever. Can I show you this without showing up on the stream?
Yeah.
Okay, will you look at it without making it show up on the stream?
I'll think about it.
Better question.
Now we're talking. He's terrifying.
Yeah, right? Yeah, right, isn't he? Didn't I make him better?
Yeah.
Technically. Relatively
Yeah.
improved.
That, like, did you make it better? I don't know. Does he just walk around and jerk off like that sometimes? 'Cause...
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right.
Why wouldn't he? Look at him. I don't know. It's just a stupid idea that I had.
It was a great idea
But
that you had.
I'm also going to do it with, like, every Animal Crossing.
You're doing great, buddy.
Doing God's work. Alright, are you good to go yet?
My computer is trying its best.
Oh, that's a shame.
Got that fucking song stuck in my head now. want a playlist in my car that's just that song, and then She Thinks My Tractor Sexy back to back, constantly on loop.
That's worse than the 34 I just drew.
And every time I go on a first date, I play it. I'll say, hey, what do you want to listen to? And they'll say something, they'll say, good choice, and I'll put that playlist on.
Good. I'm glad.
What, to be an American?
Absolutely not.
Could be worse.
I guess technically.
Could be British.
Yeah.
Dude, you could be British right now. How fucked up would that be?
Pretty fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. Alright, well, kids, I don't think this computer is going to actually run this game, because it keeps locking up. So I'm going to just play with Tooch on this one, and end the stream before anything interesting happens. Bye, everyone!
Peace out.
We gotta find the stop streaming button.
That's fine.